Another day, let us make it auspicious. Respected friends, welcome you all. Receive the salutations, hearty, and gratitudes to receive the congratulations as well as appreciations and pray together. That we stay together, we do together whatever we can do, and then we grow in our evolution spiritual. What we are doing every day through our classes is either deepening and strengthening already received knowledge or gathering the newer information knowledge. And this saga will should continue consistently, just like a person of want for survival or any jiva. Whatever is required does continuously. You and I, as an Adhyatmic sadhaka, relentlessly keep on being on the path till the ultimate is reached. 13 Vyaktitvas, Loka Sevaka, Dharma Sthavaka, Viragi. Remember, there is a sequence in these things. First, to finish off all the worldly obligations through Loka Seva. Second, start as a basis the service for Sanatana Dharma as our beginning of sadhana also. Then become viragi from all bhoga adi. To that extent, involve in being bhakta. When the bhaktatva gets fulfilled, it becomes shishyatva where we are in contact with a guru in our life. These two should lead us to the inner sense of feeling of wanting to get liberated, called as mumukshutva. Then that muksha, mukti being our own swarupa, we only have to realize it, recognize it through knowing it. Therefore, the desire to know, called as jignasa, will come. These seven things are interconnected. Then the eighth one is the basis again for all of that, the shrotrutva. Again, the ninth one, the sadhakatva, is a thinking and decision. When done, all these eight become meaningful. If sadhakatva is not decided, all these things, loka seva will not be there, there will be a bhoga will be there. Dharma sthapana will not be there, not even idea of the dharma, like 90%, 80% of our Hindus, not other religions. The other religions, all of them are great, 100 times better than Hindus. They work for their dharma relentlessly. All of them. Only the Hindus are the most careless fellows regarding dharma sthapana. Any other religions you take. That sadhakatva, if it is not there, the bhakti will be there, but for the bhoga. Shishyatva will never be understood, accepted. Konyosti sadhusho maya. I am greater than everyone. What is it that I become somebody disciple? That thought will be there if somebody is not sadhak. So too doesn't have the concept of moksha or mumukshata. Therefore, he will be only binding in the world himself more and more if one has not understood or accepted oneself as sadhak. Such one, if he is not a sadhaka, then he is not a jignasu at all. He cannot be, no. I am not sadhak, why should I know? Clear? Then he will never come to the classes. So, as it is said, it is in one direction, the other direction also is true. What one direction is? Only when we decide that we are Adhyatmika Sadhaka, that these seven things we mind. 8 things. Reverse also so true that if 8 things are not found interest in our life by us, that means we are not sadhak. Either say with ekna. So if I'm not in living in life with an attitude of seva, so I'm not sadhak. If I'm not working for dharma, I'm not sadhak. If there is no vairagya, even at any of the age, anywhere, still the bhoga vasanas are there much and expressed without regrets. I'm not a sadhak. ट्रू भक्त नहीं हूं मैं तो साधक नहीं हूं शिष्य नहीं हूं मैं साधक नहीं हूं इफ आई एम नॉट मुमुक्षु आई एम नॉट साधक I am not doing jignasa, I am not a sadhaka. If I am regularly not studying Shastra, listening to Shastra, Shravanam, तो मैं साधक नहीं हूँ. You know, I mean like sporadic sadhaka once in a while. Sporadically being a sadhaka doesn't help. Permanently sadhaka. So all these both ways it can be understood. Then the other three things, you know, whether it is worldly success or in the spiritual things, the Parishrami Vyaktitva, as we are seeing in Yoga Vasishta, Prerita Vyaktitva, as we are seeing in all classes, then the necessary Shanta Vyaktitva. Okay. Then the Bhasha Sambandhi, Samskrita Bhasha, Pravinyata, little by little. Remember the 6 sources, Shastras, Gurus, Devatas, Jagannatha, Ishvara, Parabrahma. Having remembered like every day, all these 13 plus 6, our study of Shwethashwathara, in that first chapter, Sambandha Bhashya, almost we are through with all our little efforts, struggles, we have come. And this has to be done as many times as possible for deeper, clearer understanding. So we are in this topic again, having told beautifully about the 6 ways to understand about Atman. And yet, because of the Upadis, there is Bheda in Atman. Therefore, Sopadika or Maya Yukta or Savisheshana Paramatma is said in the Purana Itihasa. It is Upadika, it is for Upasana. It is not the final. So, should I worship Rama and Krishna or not? Definitely we must. Upasana. That alone brings concentration, brings purity, brings the sweet heart of devotion and the attitudes of offerings, attitudes of tapasyas, which are very essential to transcend the upadhis, transcend the slaveries to the world. They are all achieved through this bhakti sadhana. Yet, that Bhagavan whom we are worshipping, it is an insult to him if we don't finally consider him to be the Brahman and also do not consider him to be our own self. Therefore, our own self and the self of all, Nirvishesha, alone is the ultimate truth. This is what is the topic. Once we are clear, then the question of how to pursue that truth. That is why the whole Upanishad. So, throughout the Sambandha Bhasha, the establishment of Nirvishesha Brahman is done. Then that will be taught to us as to how to reach through sadhana in the main Upanishad, which we will begin start. So before that, our Sankalpa, Prarthana, and before all, our common sense thought, like every day for 1 or 2 or few minutes, just to increase, intensify, make clear our path for our own selves by ourselves. Today we will see 1 or 2 or 3 things. First one today is what? Okay, whenever we listen to Shastra, listen to Upadeshas from the Guru, study the Shastra, all in all, When we are in the spiritual parlance, especially when we are studying Upanishad and Tattva, all our studies, all our listenings should be more intellectual than emotional. Just pause, try to understand what is said. Indian mentality may we become emotional about everything. In life, emotion is only a tool. Other than that, nothing is emotional. Everything is intellectual and practical. That is why jnana and karma, jnana and karma. To add to these two is the prema or bhakti. That prema or the emotion should not be overpowering these two. In general, in any vyavahara, like I am Desha Bhakta, more than emotional, it should be intellectual. What is intellectual? My country being so great and I belong to my nation, therefore it is my job to serve my nation, protect it. First this, then your emotion. See, in the same way, I am the employee in this office. First intellectual. This office is doing good work to the nation and giving me the salary. Therefore, it is my duty to serve this company or office. Intellectual apprehension. Then do it lovingly, emotion. At home also, wife, husband, children. Intellectual understanding. They are in my life to add beauty to my life, invoked by me only, by my past. Now let me love, let me serve them. These are intellectual understanding. Let me make a very good family. Intellectual. Financially sound, make them well educated, streamline them, control them, the children, grandchildren. They should not go astray, they should not become pagal because of all the nonsense of the electronic gadgets, etc. How many pagal khana increasing in the country where the youth of the 16 to 30 years are getting admitted. Are you noting it? Are you taking note of that one? Last 15, 20 years. Go and see. सैकड़ों बच्चे at this age, हट्टा कट्टा, very healthy, but दिमाग सड़ गया because of this nonsense. And no spiritual touch, none of the things. So I want to protect my children, grandchildren, intellectual. Then do the thing. व्यवहार की बात है, एग्जाम्पल हो गए. Spirituality maybe, isn't it? Ki the self is the reality. We have to realize it. There is moksha. It is intellectual. What is sentimental about it? Further, these are the sadhanas to be done. Yeah, it's intellectual. The Guru Sharanagati, getting guidance from the Guru, it's all Bauddhika, isn't it? And most importantly, the Upadis are the Bandhana. I have to get out of their attachment, get out of my identity with them. ये दिमाग की बात है, दिल की नहीं है. हम कह रहे हैं सब दिल से देखते हैं and we become sentimental, we become emotional, we feel we are offended or we are being targeted. All of them are ego and emotion. Our life should be based on the intellection more than emotional everywhere, especially spirituality. Like this disease has come, so doctor told don't eat this. अब देखो इतने इमोशनल हो जाते हैं. अरे इतना जिंदगी भर खाए हो ना. We should become अच्छा okay. Intellectually, I have to be healthy. I have to be living long. I should not suffer. Therefore, doctor told to avoid this. Okay, कर दिया. दिमाग यूज करो. अब दिल से क्यों? डॉक्टर साहब थोड़ा अल्टरनेटिव बताओ ना, और कुछ है. थोड़ा मैं ना एक एक स्वीट खाता था, अब कम से कम 1/4 आई कैन ईट. नो, these are all emotions which weaken our every endeavor. Every intellectual understanding is not allowed to be conviction and practical because of emotions. एवरीथिंग. मॉर्निंग सुबह उठो, पता नहीं ना रात में इतना लेट सोया हूँ, नहीं सोया तो कैसा. ये एक 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 वक्त उपवास करो, उपवास करूंगा तो पता नहीं क्या होगा मेरा. वैसे मैं वेदांती हूँ. वेदांती को कोई तपस्या नहीं करना है, ये खाओ खूब मजा करो. एवरीथिंग इज इमोशन इन आवर लाइफ. make us do something, emotion obstructs. To make us give up something, वहाँ भी हम फंस जाते हैं emotion. We have to be very careful about it. Any discussion, emotion. Any duty to be done, emotion. It spoils only the whole show. That's why in a medical, a doctor who is emotional, he won't succeed much. Someone who is very intellectual, he knows what is disease. He knows what is treatment. He does it. He just goes away. People may or may not like him, but his work is more efficient than the other emotional fellow who does emotionally but nothing medically. An advisor, a counselor. He can't be emotional. You are doing this thing wrong financially. To change it, then you'll be okay. He cannot have any emotion. ऐसा नहीं ना कुछ नहीं है बस ये बात ऐसी बात. A guru, when he emotional tells बेटा मेरे प्यारे मेरे नन्हे मेरे मुन्ने, that Shishya will never listen only. He just klaibyam Kshudram hruday darvilyam tyakta autishta parantapaya. This is how it has to be. Guru cannot be emotional with disciple. Intellectual will tell, अब समझ नहीं तो भाग यहाँ से. करना है तो कर, नहीं तो नहीं. Otherwise what happens? Nagging will be there. Nothing substantial will be done. One thing. Quickly, I'll browse through one or two or three. Narayana, do little more homework of it. Mm. Both, not only the positive emotion of love attachment, the negative attachment emotion of the hatred and disrespect. That also is not right. Like for somebody, we have to do seva for long time. Then in the beginning, we do lovingly. Later on, it becomes a burden. Because after all, we are also an individual with our own upadhis, frustrations, our own ambitions and goals. कोई किसी का permanently नहीं करता. Then our mind starts becoming negatively emotional. वो भी आने नहीं देना. Intellectually, बस ये है जिंदगी का. करो. Then understand what were the tentative doings because of which this position or situation or naubat has come. Avoid it for the next time. Intellectual. Understood? First thing is more bauddhika than manasika. देखिए बौद्धिका उसमें धी है, मानसिका इसमें sickness है. Like that, like साथ विक, there is a lamp, you can light it विक के साथ. But the other two, rajasika, tamasika, sickness only it is. One of the words. So in this way, first thought today. Second is little difficult to grasp, difficult to understand. I'll just mention it and leave it. What it is in life, throughout life, we have so many contradictions in us. We suffer so much them. One by one लेकर sort out कर लो contradictions. Right from the first contradiction, कि am I spiritual or am worldly? अब लटके रहते दोनों के बीच में contradiction. ये करो तो वो याद आता, वो करो तो याद आता. Isn't it? Everywhere there are two opinions and contradictions. Both appear to be good, but you do this, we are tempted to do that. We do that, we are reminded of this. Like the children. Should I scold them or I should lovingly tell them? Contradiction. When you scold them, लगता है मेरे नन्हे मुन्ने मैं क्यों scold कर रहा हूँ? After all, they are my mistake and creation. Then we love them, then they sit on that, then you say, ऐसा कैसा होता है? Isn't it? चाय पीऊँ, कॉफी पीऊँ. The conflicts and contradictions. नाश्ता करूँ कि नहीं करूँ? नाच के नाश्ता करूँ कि नाश्ता करते हुए नाचूँ कि करने के बाद नाचूँ? या क्या खाऊँ? There are every moment there is no certainties. Always there are conflicts, confusions, mainly contradictions. That is a split personality actually. है ना? करते हैं तो स्पिरिचुअल, बट जीते हैं तो वर्ल्डली. Contradiction. If we don't sort out, our time just gets wasted in doing nothing. Like, if you want to be worldly, leave spirituality. Don't suffer. Once you have gone through all that, then you understood its limitations. Jump into spirituality and then don't think the other one. Don't worry, think about the other. बस इसमें रह जाओ. See Nachiketa's mind, Prahlada's mind. They are free from contradictions. They are full of clarities, convictions. In our life, continuously various types of conflicts and contradictions, unmentioned here, but we entertain, we maintain them. We don't sort them out. Mm. This is the second one today. Mm. The third one is all the time think about in spirituality what sadhana I can do, what sadhana I can do. On that focus. What should be done, what can be done. What should be done, what can be done. What should be done, what can be done. And the moment it is understood, okay, this should be, this can be practical there. Make a habit of it. If we don't that way think what should be done, what can be done, we become irresponsible, lazy, or distracted in the wrong marg. Like अभी क्लास हो जाएगा, क्या करना चाहिए, क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं, ये नहीं सोचा तो देन वी गो फॉर सम एंटरटेनमेंट, सम एंजॉयमेंट, सम रिलैक्सेशन. कुछ नहीं है तो हमारा दोस्त तो है ही है ना, कि थक गए 1.5 घंटा क्लास में, चलो शाम को 5 बजे तक सो जाएंगे. डोंट फॉरगेट दोस थॉट्स. चलो लग गए, सो जाते हैं, या टहलने जाते हैं, या लटकने जाते हैं, और लेट अस पुट ऑन टीवी एंड सी व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड. दीज आर ऑल फॉर ए स्पिरिचुअल सीकर वेस्टेजेस ऑफ टाइम. क्योंकि हमें कुछ लेना तो देना तो नहीं है. Why those thoughts and practices are happening? Because this we are not doing. क्या करना है ना? What to do? A sadhana, knowing and doing it. What can be, what should be done? What can be done? What can be done? What should be done? क्या करना चाहिए? क्या कर सकता हूँ? अब करो उसको. छोटा छोटा भी हो साधना, चलेगा. बस बैठ के कुर्सी में 5 मिनट ओम नमः शिवाय बोल दिया. That is a success. और पूरे सारे किताब हर जगह होना चाहिए हमारे, प्रॉपरली केप्ट. तो निकालिए भगवत गीता, 2 मिनट पढ़ लिया, या कोई अदर किताब पढ़ ली, और ऐसे कंटेम्पलेट किया. इट्स ऑल टू बिगिन विथ. As we evolve, we're always in that mood, and that's a different personality. In the beginning days, to pull ourselves from the shackles of worldliness and upadhis, so much they hold on ना, these छोटे छोटे चीजें हमको हेल्प करते. Third one. Then the fourth one, what we can talk today about is, like it is said in Vivek Chudamani, always Buddhi should be reminding us that we are the truth, we are the reality, we are the Brahman, we are the Atman. So too, the entire Jagat is the truth alone, entire Jagat is the Brahman alone, it's the reality, it's the Atman. That stream of thoughts should always be maintained as much as possible. कहीं लिख लो, हाथ में लिख लो. जबर बढ़िया बात है कि ना, पिछले जमाने में दे यूज्ड टू राइट द फादर्स नेम और मदर्स नेम, वाइफ्स नेम और हस्बैंड्स नेम, हाथ पे लगला देते. वो क्या है ना कि घूम हो जाते हैं, तो क्योंकि हमको लिखना है पूरा हाथ में स्पिरिचुअलिटी. देखते जाओ, है ना, दैट ग्रीन एंड ब्लैक वाला जो पैच बनवाते. एंड देन सो ऑलवेज इन दैट थॉट कि मैं वो हूँ वाला, मैं ये नहीं हूँ, उस एनी टाइम इट कैन बी डन. उसके लिए कोई फॉर्मेलिटी नहीं. चलो, हाँ, मैं पूरा अच्छी तरह नहा के आसन में बैठ के देन आई स्टार्ट थिंकिंग दैट आई एम ब्रह्मन, मतलब तब तक ब्रह्म नहीं हो। और कुछ है क्या? In that way, the thought maintenance always very healthy it is. That's the one, because more than what formally we do, what we informally do becomes stronger impressions in us many a times. Casually जो करते जाते हैं उसका भी ये होता है. तो when we can casually be a samsari and create those vasanas, just like that, बन गए samsari बस. किसी को फोन कर दी, किसी से गप्पे मार लिया, कोई भी मैगजीन ब्राउज थ्रू कर दी, they're all adding to the vasanas. When we can do that one, why not we do this one? Always in that mood. मैं हूँ, मैं वो तत्व हूँ, मैं ब्रह्म हूँ, मैं आत्मा हूँ. The whole world is like that. Don't tell others. पता है मैं ब्रह्म हूँ, चुप कर, मैं भी वही हूँ कहेगा वो. He is also attending कोई महात्मा जी का क्लास. Within ourselves, that thought all the time. The fourth one is this one. Fifth is an interesting one. Consciously कि हमारे साधनाएं और उपाधियां, इनको बिगाड़ने वाले चीजों को अवॉइड करना. एनीथिंग विच distracts or disturbs my sadhana, spoils my upadhis, weakens them, वो चीज whether it is talk, walk or it is eating, कॉन्शियस होकर उसको अवॉइड कर, बिकॉज वी आर बिकमिंग ओल्ड, है ना. हमारा आवर हेल्दी मूवमेंट्स आर प्रेशियस. उपाधियां स्पेशली बॉडी, तो उसको संभाल के रख. एट सम एज लाइक 30-40 तक, इवन 50 चलता था कि भागो चलता है, दौड़ो चलता है, कुछ भी खाओ चलता है. अब ऐसे नहीं, ज्यादा भागो तो पाल्पिटेशन हो जाएगा, दौड़ो तो चले जाता हो जाता, इजंट इट? यू कांट. स्लिप हो गए तो टांग टूटा तो फिर 3 महीने तक उठेंगे नहीं हम. The whole time is gone for it. I'm telling these things, not silly, they are very important. We have to become aware about our physical movements to avoid physical damages. So to consumption of even tea, coffee, food, क्वांटिटी पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देना, मिनिमम क्वांटिटी कम करते जाना, और हेल्दी रिच वन विच गिव्स एनर्जी. Because at this age, more eating, it don't get digested, and we become very lazy and all. So then, with that mind lazy, how can we do sadhanas? I'm meaning this mean. This is the meaning. माइंड को, बॉडी को, साधना को डिस्टर्ब करने वाले कुछ भी हो, we should have the knack of knowing and avoiding, including all this media, etc. Isn't it? See that it's so compulsory for me to see. ऐसा हम लगा लेते, ठीक है, see 10 minutes, 15 minutes. उसमें भी don't look into those programs which disturb our mind and all. Have a knack. है ना? There are not like earlier days. अब तो on this TV, media, YouTube, करोड़ों चीज़ों है, not even लाखों. उसमें even though 90% are opposite to sadhana, 10% definitely sadhana. Isn't it? तो ओंकार का उच्चारण होता है, कोई भजन होता है वहाँ, और कैलाश यात्रा दिखाते वहाँ. नो, ऑल भगवद रिलेटेड. करे तो उसका दर्शन करे, not the other ones which neutralize what sadhana we have done, which strengthens our vasanas of samsara. You see, otherwise, we are not matured now. बच्चे हैं अभी भी, इसका मतलब कि हम नहीं जान रहे हैं कि हमें किससे कैसे अपने आप को बचाना है, किस किस तरह के जीवन से. With this, not progressing spiritually, age-wise only growing, are we justifying? ये एक बात. Fifth point today. See to it consciously that physical body, mind and its mood are not disturbed, so to something contradicting to sadhana. Like mind has to be peaceful. If somebody said something, I would need not react or argue. That is the meaning. All the time. चल ठीक है. In this world, everybody has their own standpoints. But I am correct, they are wrong. You may be correct, but telling you are correct is not correct. You may be correct, but they didn't ask you, no. Yeah, they were telling you are correct is not correct. चुप हो जाओ फिर बचाओ अपने आप को सेव योर स्किन स्पिरिचुअली देखा जाए वी हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट आवरसेल्व्स ऑलवेज दैट सेंसिटिविटी वी हैव टू डेवलप वेरी एसेंशियल it saves time, it saves energy, it quietens the mind and all that. Fifth one, last today, the sixth one is what? In the two parts are there. One, seek peace. Seek nischintata, nischalata, shanti. And mind you, very clearly that nischalata, nischintata, shanti, freedom from all restlessnesses, agitations will happen only in one condition, that when we are established in the truth. Full stop. If we are not established in the truth as the reality, and we are not established in our sadhana only to pursue reality, and finally we have experienced the truth as ourselves. Other than this, in any other thing, there can never be Shanti. It's certain. That's it. You may become Indradeva, Chandradeva, Brahmadeva. शांति नहीं होगी. सब कुछ होता लेकिन शांति नहीं होता है. So seek peace, but know that peace is possible only in the truth, only in the reality, in no other thing. See, like I remember example, the shloka, good, Upanishad में दिया, नित्यो नित्यानाम चेतना चेतनानाम एको बहूनाम यो विदधाति कामान तम आत्मस्थम येन पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां शांति शाश्वती न इतरेषाम्. उन्हीं का शाश्वत शांति है और किसी का नहीं है. निश्चिंत शांति केवल तत्व में ही मिलेगा. तब तक भटकते ही रहेंगे हम. अपना मन भी भटकेगा, शरीर भी भटकेगा, और विथ ऑल द कर्म फ्रॉम वन लाइफ टू द अदर, वन सिचुएशन टू अदर, unstably we keep on running, agitated, disturbed, ashant. And when there is no shanti, there is no sukham. Ashantasya kuta sukham. The one who is peaceless is happinessless, is miserable only. So seek the shanti. It is only in the truth that is available. Nowhere else. So these 6 things, just contemplate on them. Make use of those informations for the sadhana. Seek the peace, protect the faculties, always have a knack of putting the mind on the truth, every moment doing, questioning what I can do, what I should do, what will I do. Then sort out the contradictions in life. All these 6 things should be managed, maintained by us. Then the spirituality will happen in us. Thank you. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्पराधीनां भक्तिज्ञानवेदान्तादियोगादि प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थानजागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न वयं सर्वे मोक्षार्थं करिष्यामहे ओह नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतन्नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शांति 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 अथ संबंध भाष्यम in all these prayers upasanas remember even they are also intellectual not emotional first understand the god is there when you are devoted to him his blessings will come those blessings will help us to evolve पहले बौद्धिक then that thing practically when we do emotionally. I'm just reminding the first of the 6 points. Now, Sambandha Bhashyam. Okay, what is it? Yesterday we have seen what are the Lakshanas of the Tattva Atman put in front of us as a list to remember. What is it? Krishna Vasudeva Yatayeva Chaitanya Matra Rupaha. He is pure consciousness, not consciousness of something. Second, neti neti iti atmakaha. It is realized as an atman when everything which is perceivable as an anatma is rejected by neti neti neti. Two. Third one is what? Vidita avidita abhyam anyaha. It is something other than the vidita known, then beyond the avidita unknown. And only one thing is there which satisfies this. Something other than known, beyond the unknown, is our own self. Self is not an object of knowledge. Therefore, it is not the known. And you can't reject it by saying, I don't know it, because I am that. Vidita vidabhyam anyaha. Three. Fourth one is what? Vacham agocharaha. By all faculties, the self is non comprehensible. Then pratyastamita bhedaha. how exhaustively we saw this thought yesterday, day before. Ki how many possibilities of Vedas are there? All are kalpita, all imaginary. In the pure Brahman, there are no Vedas. So, no Vedas can't be comprehended by the Upadhis, something other than the known beyond the unknown, realized by the Neti Neti and pure consciousness. Chaitanya Atma Rupa. Then Vishwaswarupa Vilakshana Swarupa. Its Swarupa is Vilakshana to the Swarupa of anything, everything else. Anything, everything else have the two Swarupas. One is Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu Adi is their Swarupa, means nature. Then each one of them have their own Lakshanas. Dravyata, Lakshanata, Guna, Jati, they have. Like a flower you take. One basic Swarupa of the Lakshana of the flower is it is born, it grows, it becomes evening for mud jayega, it will fall down. This is also common in every other object other than self. Then the other thing is its own unique lakshanas. That it is of this color, this softness, this fragrance. ऐसा like कोई सब्जी लो, करेला ले लो, टमाटर ले लो, आलू ले लो, बैंगन. So Janma, Marana, बीच में modification, all of them are there in all of them. Then they have their own Vishesha Lakshanas. The color of it, taste of it, weight of it, its own inner, its influence on us when we consume. इस तरह का इतने सारे भेद है परमात्मा में, कोई भी भेद नहीं है. विश्व स्वरूप विलक्षण स्वरूप. Therefore, from the Janma to the Mrityu, they are there in all other things. Paramatma Swarupa is Vilakshana to the Swarupa of the other things. Therefore, these things called as Janma, Jara, all of them are not in the Paramatma. So too, all things in their Swarupa have Jati, Dravya, Guna, Lakshana. है ना? सो परमात्मा में जाति नहीं है, द्रव्यता नहीं है, गुण नहीं है, लक्षण नहीं है. It is nirguna, it is vilakshana, it is vijati, and it is not dravya. Dravya is matter, perceivable matter. No. Therefore, you can't form it. इसलिए you can't name it. रूप रहिता, नाम रहिता. So, jati, dravya, guna, lakshana, arupa, nama rahita. This is the meaning of Paramatma is Bheda Rahita. Okay. Such Paramatma, be attentive. Very crucial that. Avidya upadikaha bhedaha. Because of the upadhi of the avidya, because the upadhi called avidya, it is seen presented as bheda. So in pure परमात्मा भेद नहीं है. परमात्मा में अविद्या के कारण भेद दिखता है. What is avidya? Not knowing that Paramatma is भेद रहित. This is called avidya. Like, because of avidya, we see differences in water, bheda. That it is wave, that it is bubble, and all of that. With avidya, we are seeing all of them. What is avidya? Not seeing the water as one without second. Isn't it? Not seeing the water as one without second is the avidya. Because of which water alone is seen in so many forms. In the same way, अविद्या नामक उपाधि के कारण परमात्मा को अलग अलग रूप में देख रहे हैं, भेद के रूप में. Therefore, अत एव च, that is why asya of this Brahman or Atman, उपाधि निमित्ताम अपारमार्थिकीम विशेषवत्ताम अभिप्रेत्य. उपाधि निमित्त अपारमार्थिक, then विशेषवत्व. उपाधि निमित्त means उपाधि के कारण, अपaramarthika, but it is not real. And because upadhi some Visheshavatva in the Atman, Abhipretya. Because we are seeing it, we have to be explained about it, keeping that in mind. In the Shastras, Savisheshana Paramatma also is spoken. Like the examples. What? Jala Suryadhi Ivaiti Upama Adiyate Moksha Shastreshu. In the Moksha Shastra, जो एग्जाम्पल दिया जाता है, परमात्मा इज लाइक द sun who is reflecting in so many upadhis. Sun is the reality. And what is the position of the reality in all the things? He is like the reflected sun in the bucket or water. तो ये क्या है? रियल नहीं है वो, मिथ्या है, पारमार्थिक है. But the upadhikrut hai, the upadhi of the water and bucket there. And savishesh. It moves, goes on, breaking, etc. Whatever the water is there, वो लक्षण उसमें दिखते हैं. Muddy है water, the reflection is muddy. Agitated है water, so the reflection is agitated. The real sun is neither agitated nor muddy, but the reflected वाला. Yesterday, Atmabodha. पंचकोशादि योगेन तत्तन्मय इव स्थितः शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि योगेन स्फटिको यथा. So total thought में आए. फिर निर्विशेष एकमेवाद्वय ब्रह्मन इज पारमार्थिक. सविशेष भेदयुक्त परमात्मा इज औपाधिक. सविशेष भेदयुक्त परमात्मा इज उपासनार्थम. Upasanas are only for antakarana shuddhi. Shuddha antakarana is to realize, is for the to be used to realize the nirvishesha ekamevadvayam brahma. Bhedarahita. Abheda nirvishesha brahma. Abheda nirvishesha brahma. Amaya. So the Purvapakshi is asking question regarding why in the Upanishadic Shastras where Nirvishesha Ekamevadvaya Brahma is established, in that only why Sopadika also told. So Sopadika is told for the Upasanartham. It is not Paramarthika. So too, the Veda also Vyavaharartham, Upasanartham, not Paramarthiki. Paramarthika is Nirvishesha Brahma Eva, and that should be our final goal. Now, where are the places where the Sopadika Vishesha Brahma is spoken for the Upasana? Some examples, quotes are given. Like in the Yajnavalkya Smriti. Akashamekam hi yatha ghatadishu pruthak pruthaku tathatmaiko hi anekascha jaladhare shrivam. That's what. Akasham ekam hi. Verily Akasha is one. But yatha ghatadishu pruthak pruthak. Just like in various spots, Akasha appears to be different. Ghata Adi means Ghata Kalasha Kusula Suchi. Ghata Akasha, Mata Akasha, like that. Ekam Akasham, but Yatha Ghatadishu Pruthak Pruthak. So the Ghatadi are the Upadhis. Because of the Upadhi, the Nirupadika, Nirvishesha, Ekamevadvaya Akasha is appearing to be Sopadika, Savishesha and Bhedayukta, Aneka Yukta. लग रहा है, दिख रहा है, and that is all never happened but appeared because of the upadhi. आकाशम एकम ही यथा घटादिषु पृथक पृथक तथा आत्मा एक ही अनेकश्च. The same way Atman is one only but अनेक रूप में दिख रहा है because of so many upadhis. Because of upadhi again that visheshanas are there appearing on that Atman, which we call as the variety of creation, Jiva Jagat Ishvara, and in the Jiva Aneka Jiva Koti, and in the Jagat Aneka Rupanama. Even in the Ishvara, Aneka Devata Rupas and Avataras. ईश्वर में अनेक देवता और अवतार, जगत में अनेक नाम रूप का कोटि, जीव में द वेराइटी ऑफ द जीवास, 84 लाख, whatever we say, all of them are one Paramatma only through so many upadhis appearing. Another example given is what? Jaladhareshu iva amshuman. Jala adhareshu, sorry. In the Jala adhara means in a pot or buckets, 100 of them put. So in that all Jala adhara, amshuman appears to be so many, but one only. So connection between what the Brahma Sutra said, explanation given, summarized by Shankara Bhagavan, and this one is what? Sopadhika, Nirupadhika, Savishesha, Nirvishesha, Brahman. In that, Nirvishesha, Nirupadhika, Abheda, one without second. Brahman alone is ultimate, Paramarthika, Satya. The other ones are not Paramarthiki, they are Sopadhika. They are Savishesha. In them, there is a Bheda. You should not get caught up in them. If at all they are useful for the upasana, which is for the purpose of अंतःकरण शुद्धि, उसको यूज करो, वहां मत रुक जाना, ये अर्थ है. सो आकाशमेकम ही यथा, दिस इन अवर वेदांतिक लैंग्वेज कॉल्ड एज द अवच्छेदवाद. घट अवच्छिन्न आकाश, घड़ा नंबर 1, घड़ा नंबर 2, घड़ा नंबर 3. So घट अवच्छिन्न आकाश. The second one is what? Jaladhareshu iva amshuman. It is called as Pratibimbavada. So these two are the famous vadas in the Vedanta to explain the truth. One Bimba Surya, Pratibimbita in so many baltis or whatever. One Paramatma, Pratibimbita in so many upadhis. All upadhis, as we told you yesterday very clearly, Maya Krita. What is Maya? Paramatma's Shakti. What is the Paramatma Shakti? Maya? Ananta Shakti. And what is in Ananta Shakti's expression? It can express in the million in unimaginable forms of opposite nature, contradiction. माया शक्ति क्या है? परमात्मा को कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन के रूप में दिखाता है, लाइक विद्युत शक्ति. मेक्स द हीट ऑल्सो, मेक्स द कोल्ड ऑल्सो. सो टू द माया जन्म कराता है, मरण कराता है, सुख कराता है, दुख कराता है. सारा कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस आर देयर इन दैट पावर ऑफ माया. स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण ओ व्यष्टि समष्टि, ये सारा माया के कारण खेल हो रहा है. ट्रुथ इज वन ओनली. सो आकाशमेकम यथा घटादिषु पृथक पृथक तथा आत्मा एक ही अनेकः च. जलाधारे शिव अंशुमान. Like so many sources of water, reflected sun is many, but the original is one. सोपाधिका निरुपाधिका समझ लेना. निरुपाधिक is पारमार्थिकी, सोपाधिका is अपारमार्थिकी. निरुपाधिका is निर्विशेषा as well as भेदरहिता. सोपाधिका is सविशेषा and the भेदयुक्त. This is what same is said in another shloka. Eka eva tu bhutatma bhute bhute vyavastitah ekada bahuda chaiva Drishyate Jalachandravatu. That's it. Again Jalachandravat. ऊपर जो हमको दिया है अंशुमान सूर्य, इधर चंद्र पता है बस, बाकी सब सेम. Jalachandravat. One a Chandra, but 10 water abodes. Therefore, 10 moon reflections are there or 10 mirrors. जो भी रिफ्लेक्शन मीडियम है. सो एक एव तो भूत आत्मा. हाउ मेनी भूतास आर देयर? प्लेंटी. इन ऑल ऑफ देम आत्मा इज एक एव. देन भूते भूते व्यवस्थितः, ही इज देयर इन एवरी ऑफ द बीइंग. एकदा बहुधा च एव, as one and as many also. Ekada actually is there as one, but Bahuda eva dushyate Jalasandраvat, but seen as many because of the medium of reflection. This comes in Kathopanishad. Na? एको देव सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा एकं रूपं बहुधाय करोति तमात्मस्थं येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां शान्तिः शाश्वती शेतरेषाम्. और अग्निर्यतैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव एक वायुर्यतैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः. These are the shloka. What thought we yesterday shared, again we will share here today also. Ki in the example of sun moon reflecting in the waters, the balti is different, the water is different. And a water in a balti is necessarily required for the pratibimba of the Surya. This is the only thing you have to understand. In case of Paramatma, there is no other such thing is there as well as required. Then what is it? His own Maya Shakti, in that he reflects. Example की तरह, एग्जाम्पल में क्या है? लाइक आई एम इन फ्रंट ऑफ मिरर, तो आई एम डिफरेंट, मिरर इज डिफरेंट, and I have to be in front of mirror for me to get reflected, and river and mirror must be there. So and mirror must be different. ये आगे आएगा ये क्वेश्चन, पूर्व पक्षी खुद पूछेंगे, उसका आंसर मिलेगा हमको. In case of Paramatma, other than him, something is not required as a reflecting medium. His own Maya Shakti is the one in which he reflects. That is the power of Maya. ये ऐसा कैसा हो रहा है? वही तो माया कह रहे हैं ना कि आप समझ नहीं सकते. जो नहीं समझ सकते हैं उसी को माया कहते हैं, या मा सा माया. बट फिर भी हो रहा है सब. और जब when you realize the self, we know that none of them are actually there. Okay, what's Maya doing? Making the self reflect in its upadhi and giving them reality, making us believe it, and make us feel ascharya chakita when it is told that in Paramatma, in his own Maya Shakti, the reflection is the entire world. ये बात सुनने को हमको, समझने को हमको बाधा कर रहा है ये माया. That is the power of it. It's not allowing us to understand. Then यथा ह्ययं ज्योतिरात्मा विवस्वान् अपो भिन्ना बहुदैकोऽनुगच्छन् उपाधिना क्रियते भेदरूपः देवः क्षेत्रेषु एवमजोऽयमात्मा. Very beautiful श्लोक. आहा, कि यथा ही सेम एग्जाम्पल वही है, अलग अलग कोटेशन दे रहे हैं कि इधर भी दिया, उधर भी दिया, उधर भी दिया. अब देखो सारे ज्ञानी in each of those texts who realize the self, they said the same thing. Therefore, what I said is correct. So, yata hi ayam jyotihi atma vivasvan. Like this Surya Bhagavan, who is Jyoti Swarupa, who is an Atman, apo bhinnaha bahudha. In the bhinna apaha water, he appears to be different. But ekaha really is one, but appears to be many. बहुधा एकः अनुगच्छन्. वही बहुधा उपाधिना क्रियते भेद रूपः. because the upadis is taken as in different rupas. And that Devaha Paramatma Kshetreshu Evam in various kshetras of water resources, the Deva Surya, as he appears to be many, Ajaha Ayam Atma. So too, that self which is Ajaha, Ajaha, Ajaraha, Amaraha, etc., that being one only in so many upadhis, appearing to be so many ways. देखो रहस्य एक पकड़ना. Wherever there is Rupa Nama, there itself is Maya, functional. Wherever is Maya, there itself is the Adhisthana, the Parabrahma. Like if I see a wall, the wall is Rupanama. But the Rupanama of the wall is because of Maya. And behind that Maya, the substratum, the Sachidananda, is very much there. Seeing Sachidananda, then the wall and the Rupanama, Maya and Rupanama, they go away. Seeing the rope, the snake goes away. Rupa of the snake, Nama of the snake, Lakshanas of the snake, सारे चले जाते हैं when we see the rope as rope. That is why whatever, wherever we are seeing Brahman, but recognizing it as the world. That is called avidya and moha. What Upanishads are doing, giving us vidya, removing our moha, and making us see perfectly correctly. Upanishad Drushti, Shastra Drushti, Jnana Drushti, not the Chakshu Drushti, not our habit Drushti, not our Vasana Drushti. That everything is Brahman. Then this is experienced on the seat of meditation by going beyond our upadhis. उसके बाद वो सिद्धांत ज्ञान नहीं अनुभव रह जाता है. इन द सेम वे सो यथा ययम ज्योतिरात्मा विवस्वान अपो भिन्ना बहुधैकोऽनुगच्छन् उपाधिना क्रियते भेदरूपः देवः क्षेत्रेष्वेवम् अजोऽयमात्मा. So ayam atma ajaha in the various kshetras upadhis, kshetra means shariras, appearing to be many. One surya in a many water containers in many rupa. Okay. Iti drishtanta balena api. In this way, with all the drishtantas also, nirvisheshameva brahma iti upapadya. Finally, nirvishesha brahma alone is paramarthika. In this way, having said, then what is Savishesha? Through Upadi, but not Paramarthika. Nirvishesha, Nirupadika is Paramarthikam. Savishesha, Sopadika is appearance, but not Paramarthikam. Iti Dushtanta Balenapi Nirvishesha Meva Brahma iti Upapadya. Then Ambuvat, Agrahanat, iti Atmanah Amurtattvena Sarvagatettvena Jalasuryaadivat Murta Sambhinna देशस्थितत्व अभावात् दृष्टान्त दार्ष्टान्तिकयोः सादृश्यं नास्ति इति आशंक्य. So he is concluded, but he looked at the face of the disciple. A question appeared in the face of disciple. वो डिसाइपल पूर्व पक्षी के मन में क्या है, ब्रह्म सूत्रकार पहले ही समझ लेते हैं. उपनिषद में वो पूर्व पक्षी को बोलना पड़ता है. ब्रह्म सूत्र में सूत्रकार ओनली गेसेस. He, after this thought is conveyed, what is the possible doubt that can come? Then he will answer it. That's what I said. It will come in the next topic. The Upama and the Paramatma, both are not Sadrushya. There is Visadrushata is there. That's different, this different. Therefore, how come that Upama or example can be used for this? That is the question. The answer will be told कि भैया खींचो मत उपमा और एग्जाम्पल को, तो एक पॉइंट बताने के लिए होता है, तुम्हारा दृष्टि उसी पे होना है. अदरवाइज नो एग्जाम्पल कैन बी इक्वलेंट टू द वन अबाउट विच द एग्जाम्पल इज गिवन. फॉर विच अगर इक्वल है तो एग्जाम्पल नहीं हो सकता हो. एग्जाम्पल का अर्थ ही कुछ बहुत सारे अलग चीजें हैं, एक कॉमन है बस। सारे समान होते हैं तो वो समत्व हो गए ना, एग्जाम्पल कैसा होगा? In this way, he will tell us कि any example given, it's given for a purpose. Catch that purpose. Don't hold on to the examples. Like in our general lectures also, we give example of politics, example of religion, काय को बात समझाने के लिए, उसको पकड़ के इश्यू नहीं बनाना. Clear? So this thing, the doubt of Purapakshi, then Siddhanti's answer, then while answering it, his quotations will keep seeing. Once that is done for a day or two, then maybe a day or two are conclusion of whatever is studied. So therefore, अगले 4 दिनों में by 17th or 18th, we'll be finishing Sambandha Bhashya to enter into our actual first adhyaya study of the Upanishad. ब्रह्मा देवान किम कारणम ब्रह्म कुतस्म जाता जीवामकेन क्वच संप्रतिष्ठा अधिष्ठिता केन सुखेतरेषु वर्तामहे ब्रह्मविदो व्यवस्था. व्हाट इज इट? विल डू दैट. यहाँ हम रोकते हैं आज. आज के पहले 6 चीजें भी याद करना. फिर सोपाधिक निरुपाधिक सविशेष निर्विशेष भेदयुक्त भेद अपरमार्थिक पारमार्थिक, इस पे थोड़ा गौर ध्यान देना. क्या कहा है? ओम 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 ओम. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. So don't be emotional but intellectual. Sort out the contradictions. Think what I must do, I can do. Develop a knack of visualizing the truth everywhere. Protect the upadhis. Then understand that final peace, final stability, shanti, is only in the Atman Brahman, cannot be anywhere. Till that shanti is reached, Manushya is ashanta. That ashanti gives dukkha. कुछ भी करो, जीवों का किसी का भी कभी भी दुख नहीं जाएगा. Just like the rivers running will never stop. Ashanti till it goes and becomes one with the ocean. Same way, जीव अपना स्वरूप को जानकर ही शांत होएगा. तब तक you will be only struggling. Only the disturbances, topics of disturbance will change, but the अशांति तो रहेगा ही. सुख में भी अशांति होती है, दुख में भी अशांति. इसलिए शांति इज ग्रेटर देन बोथ सुख दुख. एंड द शाश्वत शांति इज हा, हो गया, आई एम दैट ब्रह्म. पूरा दुनिया घूम गए आप, जब तक घर नहीं पहुंचते, दैट शांति विल नॉट बी देयर. यू मे बी एंजॉयिंग द वर्ल्ड, कोई अच्छे साइट सीइंग, यू हैव गॉन होटल, यू हैव गॉन, यू एट इट, मजा आ रहा है, लेकिन शांति नहीं होगा. बट व्हेन यू कम होम, यू आर सो शांता, इट इज ग्रेटर देन ऑल दैट मजा. पहुंच गए. स्वस्मिन स्थिति, स्वस्थता कहते हैं उसको. सेम में ओनली इन द सेल्फ एक्सपीरियंस ऑल अशांतिस गो, नो अदर वे. एंड शांति अलोन गिव्स सुख एंड मोक्ष. लाइक गीता में सशांति मापनोति, व्हाइट वर्ड शांति यूज्ड इन सो मेनी प्लेसेस, बिकॉज आत्मस्वरूप ही शांति. In Atma Anubhuti only there is Shanti. Anything other than the Atman, there is only Ashanti is equal to Dukkha. Thank you. Be regular. पाँच मिनट में आइएगा.